From UFOs to ghost and psychic powers, history is riddled with unexplained events. You can turn back now and learn the stuff they don't want you to know. Here are the facts. On December 16, 1811, an 8.0 magnitude earthquake shook the United States. The epicenter of the quake originated at the New Madrid Fault near the convergence of Missouri, Kentucky, Arkansas, and Tennessee. This quake was strong enough to ring church bells in Boston, more than 1,500 miles away. According to witnesses, the quake temporarily reversed the flow of the Mississippi River. Over the next 3 months, 3 more earthquakes occurred. Amazingly, there was only one death, but the story doesn't end there. According to experts at the U.S. Geological Survey, the United States has a 10% chance of experiencing a similar earthquake in the next 50 years, but it's difficult to predict earthquakes with any certainty. Some researchers believe the government knows more than they're letting on, and, what's more, they believe the feds are preparing, in secret, for one of the most disastrous earthquakes in United States history. Here's where it gets crazy. Theorists have always mistrusted the Federal Emergency Management Agency, accusing it of a number of schemes. For example, Alex Jones and others believe that FEMA has built hundreds of detention centers across the United States. FEMA maintains that these centers are built to house survivors in case of a natural disaster. In the case of the New Madrid seismic zone, theorists have gone into overdrive over FEMA's recent request, allegedly 14 million body bags, for example, or 140 million non-perishable meals. FEMA states that these requests are part of routine preparations rather than some secret attempt at preemptive damage control. Yet critics contend that the scope of these orders exceeds that of similar exercises in the past, and that FEMA's behavior indicates something big is on the way. The critics don't stop there. Some have blamed this allegedly impending earthquake on the Deepwater Horizon oil spill or on the HAARP Research Center formerly open in Alaska. These last two claims run especially low on evidence, but theorists who believe HAARP is involved also blame the top-secret Alaskan lab for massive animal die-offs in the New Madrid seismic zone. So what's the truth? It's true that in 2011, FEMA was gearing up for a large exercise in the New Madrid area. On January 28, 2011, then Homeland Security Director Janet Napolitano stated that FEMA will lead the largest exercise ever of its kind, testing our ability to respond to a major earthquake along the New Madrid fault line that runs through the midsection of this country. The question here is whether this training exercise was genuine or somehow a front for a different event. It's common sense to assume that an organization like FEMA must prepare in advance for the disasters that strike the U.S. each year. And, for the record, FEMA withdrew its request for information regarding those 140 million meals. They claim it was a bureaucratic error. According to skeptics, the tinfoil hat crowd is looking for a conspiracy where none exist, and the facts only prove that FEMA is doing its job. Yet to theorists, critics, and more, FEMA's actions in the past few years are proof of something they don't want you to know.
What do you think? Will Yellowstone explode? Are we sitting on top of a ticking time bomb? The answer to that one is yes. We're just arguing about the timer at this point.